Private Limited. He has over the 30 plus years experience in industrial automation industry. Definitely, he's managing the Softcon Systems Private Limited. It is the large name in industrial automation industry, and working with the multiple clients in a global. The leadership with the strong background is the business development and marketing strategies. By education, he is the MBA candidate from Institute of Management Education, Pune. And the Softcon, he leads end-to-end automation solutions, concepts to commissions and after-sales services also. Here, the expertise why we invited, he has the background and expertise in engineering, manufacturing, testing, and system integration. And ultimately, the insights we are getting as an entrepreneur, as a founder, how he are expecting from this new body talent itself. He built his company with the technical excellence and long-term client relationship. Yes, I am knowing, sir, you from last 4 years, and you are the person what I found observe, the person who is in the strong business ethics, human values, and team growth. I am the witness of this overall human values and ecosystems. Most of the leading industry trust the pioneers across the sectors. He's passionate about helping industries achieve and exceed performance goals. So now, Chandrakant sir, firstly, I will welcome to this forum and thank you for joining this Insight Sessions Education Industry webinar and accepting our invite in your busy schedule itself. So over to you. You can brief about you, about Softcon and overall the background so that the audience will understand this. You have to unmute, sir.
Thank you so much for nice introduction. And it is an excellent initiative which you are leading it. I should congratulate all the participants who have joined this meeting. That itself shows that they want to grow in their life. They want to learn something and they want to prosper in their life. So I would like to congratulate all of them who have joined and who are showing the interest. I So my name is Chandrakant Kulkarni. I am a managing director of Softcon Systems, and I can say 30 years back, I was one of you. When I reached Pune after completion of my engineering, I come with very humble background. My father is a farmer, and after completion of engineering, I got first job in Pune. I worked 7 years into different industry. And in 2003, I started this company, which is Softcon Systems. Our tagline is "We mean solution." And from the beginning, my way of life, or you can say my breath is "We mean solution." Wherever we go, we try to give some solution. We try to add some value into somebody's life. That is the philosophy and principle of our life. In last 23 years, Softcon is now a 100 crore revenue company with a team of 155. Branch office is in Bangalore. Head office is in Pune. And then we have international offices also. We do international projects also. So first, I think a message which I would like to give all of them is anyone can become Chandrakant Kulkarni. Anyone can start their company and they can prosper their life. What is key differentiator? What is key important factor that requires to become an entrepreneur, or you can say to prosper in a life or to grow in a life? First is you should have a right attitude. You should have a curiosity. And you should have a willingness of taking little risk in a life. Calculated risk, I can say, not a risk, calculated risk. If these three ingredients if you bring in your life, I think you are on, and nobody can stop you from reaching to a success. I'll tell you my short story how I got into business and what has made me to start a business. When I worked 7 years into industry, that time I used to do commissioning or you can say side jobs. So my first 7 year job profile was like you are on site. My voice is audible, na?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir. So my early career schedule is something used to be your 30 days, 45 days on a site. Your duration at site is you can say 10 hours, 12 hours kind of a thing. And you're coming back from a site like you did one project in Chennai and you are back. After 3 days, your second site is already ready. Job. I got married and then I realized it ki, yes, this kind of a profile is not possible after married life. And then I have decided to join a corporate company and I joined Thermax. So Thermax working schedule to work as an Singapore branch manager in one company. So I joined that company. I worked there for a year, and they never discussed about Singapore. It was all the time they put me into Pune project, and it was always like they wanted to like get me from Thermax. So they gave me proposal of working as a Singapore branch manager. After 1 year working and no opportunity of sending to Singapore, company got a Dubai project. Then I asked them ki now Singapore is not happening. Can I go to Dubai? You send me
Right.
to Dubai. And they said, no, Mr. Kulkarni, you are well settled in Pune. You are doing extremely good here. So you have to continue here. And that day I have decided I will not do job. I left the job. Nothing was in hand. I left and then I thought, what should I do? Since I have practical experience of working on to site, solving customers' problem, I started body shopping. Body shopping means you are executing some like there is some problem at some site of control system. You are visiting that site and you are solving the problem and they'll pay it to you. So we started after 2 3 months. Every customer was asking, "Where is your setup? Where is your manpower? How you are going to where you manufacture the panel? How you will finance your business and all those things." Then I realized ki it is very difficult to work into established infrastructure. Like people are already established and there I can't compete. So I decided to work on a project which are into dispute, which are not solved for years, and customer is stuck, supplier is also stuck. So I used to visit the customer, ask them कि सर आपका ये प्रोजेक्ट कमीशन नहीं हुआ है, आपके 4 लाख 40 लाख रुपए फंसे हैं. I will take this responsibility. I'll solve your problem. You meet 10% of the total you are outstanding. Like if someone 40 lakhs is outstanding,
So you
so I
found the
will help you.
opportunity in challenges.
Yes.
Right.
So 40 lakhs outstanding, I will help you to recover from the customer. You help me, you give me 4 lakh rupees, 10% of the 40 lakhs, or you can say outstanding. And this exercise I did with all big customer like Kirloskar Oil Engine, you name it, all big companies, they stuck. Problem was very nuisance problem. I can tell you one case. There's a furnace company in Mumbai. They supplied furnace to Balco. Now requirement is one furnace trial is 32 hours. So now someone need to have a patience to stay at site for 32 hours to complete the trial. And people used to fail there because one trial identify problem, resolve problem, then again second trial, and this can continue 8 10 times. I did that, but by doing that what has happened is customer realized he doesn't have infrastructure, he has will to do the job. So they started funding me. They said, and from 155, we reached to 100 crore.
Good.
So
Congratulations.
thank you. So 3 clear message which I want to pass on to all the audiences. Industry is saying that good people are not available. People are saying that, or you can say unemployed people are saying that job nahi hai. Okay. So what major problem, what is happening in right candidate is not available. And for candidate also right industry is not available because they are not able to reach it to the right person. The platform which you have created will help them reaching to the right, you can say industry. This is a small introduction about me.
Thank you, sir. And really appreciate your efforts. Congratulations. We are witness being a softcon as a 100 crore turnover, and I know the story how you faced all the challenges. And really, it is great insights. You turn your all challenges, customer challenges, in your opportunities. Means that's the greatest insights for the students. So now we'll move to the actual discussions, the questions from the audience and as well as an expert team also. So the students, यहाँ पे जो बच्चे का आते हैं इंटर्नशिप के लिए, they build their technology skills. Industries are taking the efforts to train them by internship, paying the stipends also, giving the live project also. Even education institutes are also adding their efforts by changing their the curriculums and everything. But still, as you mentioned, the problem remains same. There is no right fit for the industry and as well as the job seeker. So, what are the practical skills do companies like Softcon will look into the students or freshers beyond the academic knowledge? Here, I will specifically address about the companies like Softcall Systems because see, there is the age in IT and software, and still there is you build the company in automation. Though there is IT and software opportunity, but still there is a different skills are required. So, how you will throw the light on this? Right.
When we interview a candidate, okay, it starts with HR. So you should have a good education. That is primary requirement. Like you should have an average good mark because what happens is first filter which happens at HR is based on your academics. Okay, so there's no bypass to it. So
Right.
basic marks, basic education is very, very important. What we look at it when we interview a candidate is his mindset. Does he has a ownership mindset or not? So that is a prime factor we look at it. When we ask any problem, what is his involvement and does he treat this problem as an his personal problem? So that is a prime factor when we look for a candidate. Second point, what we look at it is clarity in thinking. Okay, does he is clear what exactly he wants to do it? And here I would like to tell all of you is work on your niche. Find out your niche. God has given everybody one niche. Niche manje unique quality which only you have and you have to find out that quality. सगळ्यात महत्वाचं आहे की when you find out that quality should be sellable in the sense by building up that quality it should be useful to somebody. For example, I can be a good singer. So is that quality sellable? Yes, I can go into event. I can participate. I can sing for movies, and it is sellable quality. So build onto that quality, okay, and make that as an your you can say business, or you can make that quality as an your prime factor. Somebody has got good leadership quality. Somebody is good at understanding things. Someone is good at selling. So major problem which I have seen is difference between successful and 91% is successful mostly, 99% are average. I don't say non-successful, but average. Only difference between both of them is they know their niche. In the sense, Sachin Tendulkar failed in 10th, but he understood his niche is playing cricket. Okay. And then he made his fortune. So such examples are plenty on this earth. So you need to understand your niche. And if early you understand your niche, faster is your growth. Third is what we observe, what we check is ability to work in a team, whether the candidate whom we are interviewing. Because what happens is when you are into industry, you are interacting with multiple teams, your multiple department. So does that candidate has an you can say attitude to work in a team, and how he handles the pressure, a situation under pressure. So these are non-technical parameter which we check while conducting interviews.
Okay, so focusing on the niche and clarity thinking will lead to your niche career, and that will give you the adaptability building the career path for any candidate. So see, these are the fresher crowd, and students are literally worried about, because there is a ocean of knowledge on online. There are too many mentors, so they get the bombarding of knowledge from YouTube, Google, Chat GPT, any AI tools, and like trainer, consultant, everyone. So how the students can get the hands-on experience in automation industry especially?
Anybody who wants to learn automation, he can start it from house. For example, someone is staying in apartment. Okay, so there is a lift in the apartment. That lift has got an AC variable frequency. So that's a start point. So why drive is required to the lift? Start asking question. If big residential complex is there, there is a STP plant in the society, sewage treatment plant. So in that sewage treatment plant, there is an electrical panel, there is an automation panel. So you don't need to go to the company to understand what industry is doing. There's a big business which goes around lift. There's a big business, it goes around water treatment plants. Okay. Second is, again, in the society, you will find out DG sets. Whenever there is a power failure, automatically DG will start. Third industry application is available next to your door. Just go, open, see the DG sets. Where is the chimney? Where is the fuel tank? How motor is connected to the alternator? How power is generated? Now, whenever there is a switching of power from electricity to DG, how it happens? So you will understand AMF. All you can say day-to-day activity which you are sitting in a train. That train has got again AC drives. Metro has got two drives, one drive at the front, second drive at the last, and they synchronize with each other. So our day-to-day life, you can say, we use there, we can learn all the applications. So start with that. That will give you easy access to the applications. And nowadays life is very easy. Like someone wants to understand how DigiSet work, he has to just go on a Google or YouTube and understand the mechanism or operational philosophy of DigiSets or any application. Once you understand those applications, gain some knowledge and then approach industry, so that will be better.
Correct. Means here is the insights for education institutes also. They can allocate the same project to this candidate. Okay, go and visit your society, and at least you have these three projects. You can
Right.
make out of it one project for your academic project. That will be the internship also. Even education institutes also need not to worry. We don't have the mechanical companies to train our students. Means it's the learning by themselves, learning by experience, and implementing the real time knowledge. As you earlier mentioned also, okay, problem solving and troubleshooting skills are most important in real industries project. But have you faced any challenge when you hire freshers and these gaps are there, and how you train them or mentor them? Means, what was your approach towards such situation?
Basically, like when life throws a problem on you, okay,
Hmm.
if you have knowledge, if you have experience, if you have logical thinking, and if you have mechanism how to solve the problem, okay. And what happens is the students, or I can say candidate
Hmm.
who are socially engaged more, जो झगड़ा करते हैं, जिनके घर में कंप्लेंट आती है ना, ते परफॉर्म एक्स्ट्रीमली वेल इन द इंडस्ट्री. त्याच्या मागचं सगळ्यात महत्वाचं रिझन काय आहे? दे आर ऑलवेज अवेअर हाऊ टू गेट आउट ऑफ द मेस व्हॉट दे हॅव क्रिएटेड.
And they put always their opinion first, means
येस.
that's the lagging skill in nowadays. Nobody wants to give the clear opinion about their thought process here. Okay. So, if a student wants to become industry ready in the next 6 to 12 months after their degree, diploma, pass outs, so general what as you have followed your own roadmap, you might be taken advice in your life also from the mentors also. So, as a mentor, what you will suggest to the students as a general roadmap, which can be recommended for them?
Anybody who wants to work now, I don't know, like candidates are from mechanical or electrical or instrumentation, but it applies to everybody. मी आता जे रेसिडेन्शियल ऍप्लिकेशन सांगितलेत ना, once you start thinking about those applications, I have only named 3. You will find out 15.
Correct.
Okay. And start deep driving into those applications. Understand clarity on to those applications. And the second important thing, which I feel it is your preparation has to be very good when you are approaching for an interview. Because what happens is opportunity knocks rarely to you. And if you are not prepared, so there is no point, then you will not be able to grab it or you can get it. Third important thing is show flexibility and take challenge. Like I have seen so many times when we ask in an interview, ki, I'll put you in a Bangalore. We don't have vacancy in Pune, and I'll ask you to join Bangalore. So candidate का immediate नहीं sir मैं Bangalore नहीं जा पाऊंगा, and then I have a difficulty. So what happens is there you are losing your opportunity because we are also testing. Sometimes we have a requirement in proposal. Somebody comes for a proposal, we push them ki nahi, we don't have vacancy in proposal. We have vacancy in marketing. Will you join marketing? And we try to understand the candidate clarity. Does he has a focus or he is just adjusting himself based on the requirement? So if you are with engineering background, if it is electrical, work on basics of electrical engineering, PLC fundamental, and try to understand these applications. Second important thing is if you are going for any interview, study the company as much as possible, understand their product, and try to gather some knowledge around those products. Like if I'm working into automation, so we are representing Rockwell Automation, so you should have a clarity what Rockwell does, what Softcon does, which type of a project we do. So what happens is you are already aligned with the requirement, and then it becomes easy for your career.
Okay, great. Sir, I would like to add you, as this is the recorded session, but we have done the agreement with the multiple colleges. So there are the students from multiple backgrounds. Say it's not only IT, computer, or MBA. They are from mechanical, electrical, IoT, data
सगळ्यात background.
science. Okay. And these recordings we share on a YouTube, as well as these colleges which we are having the MOU with them. The students study, learn, understand with all these webinar series. Okay.
That's good.
Okay. Can we move ahead for the next? Yes. Okay. Meanwhile, anyone wants to ask the question, you can ask. Okay. We are happy to help you. Okay. Yes, Devani, go ahead.
Hello, sir. I have two questions.
Yeah.
First one is, what are the top mistakes candidates do in hiring? And secondly, you said थोड्या वेळापूर्वी तुम्ही असं म्हणलात की right candidate is not available. So what are the skills we need, and what how we will fit in that frame of right candidate, and how AI is helping in it?
सो तुमचा फर्स्ट प्रश्न राईट कॅन्डिडेट म्हणजे हाऊ डू यू डिफाईन अ राईट कॅन्डिडेट आय कॅन से राईट. काय असतं इंडस्ट्रीमधल्या रिक्वायरमेंटमध्ये ओके सो देर आर 2-3 डिफरंट क्रायटेरियाज वेन वी लुक ॲट इट. बेसिक म्हणजे जर मला आता परचेसमध्ये माणूस पाहिजे किंवा HR मध्ये माणूस पाहिजे तर त्याचं बेसिक क्वालिफिकेशन ही हॅज टू बी फ्रॉम HR. ओके सो आता तुम्ही पुण्यात बघितलं तर देअर मे बी सो मेनी HR स्टुडंट्स हू डझंट हॅव अ जॉब अँड दे आर हंटिंग, दे आर अप्लाइंग. मी मागचे 1.5 महिन्यापासून मला रिसेप्शनिस्ट पाहिजे. ओके वी आर सर्चिंग फॉर रिसेप्शनिस्ट अँड लास्ट 1.5 month आय एम नॉट एबल टू गेट राईट रिसेप्शनिस्ट गर्ल. आता राईट रिसेप्शनिस्ट गर्ल ही शुड हॅव अन ॲटिट्यूड, ही शुड हॅव अन हॉस्पिटॅलिटी. आमच्याकडे रेग्युलर कस्टमर व्हिजिट करतात तर आल्यानंतरचं वेलकम, त्याच्यानंतर समजा इन केस काही किओस असेल कंपनीमध्ये तर फर्स्ट पर्सन whom we approach is going to be reception because she is sitting in the front of the office. ओके सो या ज्या बेसिक स्किल आहेत ना त्याच्यामध्ये गॅप आहे. आता सगळ्याच द बेस्ट थिंग व्हॉट इज अवेलेबल राईट नाव इज इन्फॉर्मेशन. आता आपण काय करतो माहिती, रील बघत बसतो, एक गेली दुसरी, दुसरी गेली तिसरी, आणि देर इज नो कनेक्टिव्हिटी बिटवीन दोज रील्स. फॉर एक्झाम्पल की तुम्ही आता एक बघितली क्रिकेटची, दुसरी आली, तिसरी म्युझिकची आली, चौथी कशाची आली. सो यू डोंट गेट एनी इन्फॉर्मेशन. सो माय सजेशन टू ऑल ऑफ यू इज इफ यू लाईक टू सर्फ ऑन अ मोबाईल और तुम्हाला बघायचं आहे ना, सी द रील फॉर पर्सनॅलिटी डेव्हलपमेंट, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल, प्रेझेंटेशन स्किल. ओके याच्या रिलेटेड तुम्ही बघितलं, यू सी 3-4 रील्स, 5वी रील ऑटोमॅटिकली तुम्हाला पर्सनॅलिटी डेव्हलपमेंटचीच येईल, लिडरशिप क्वालिटीचीच येईल. सो स्पेंड टाइम इन डुईंग दिस काइंड ऑफ अन ऍक्टिव्हिटी. दिस विल हेल्प यू इन इम्प्रूव्हिंग कम्युनिकेशन स्किल. स्पेशली काय होतं, द कॅन्डिडेट हू कम्स फ्रॉम रुरल एरिया, म्हणजे मी पण रुरल एरियामधनंच आलेलो आहे. सो आपला सगळ्यात मोठा प्रॉब्लेम काय, वी आर टेक्निकली साऊंड, आपल्याला सगळं कळतं, आपल्याला प्रेझेंट करता येते, आपल्याला सांगताना कॉन्फिडन्स येत नाही, आपण कायम घाबरलेला असतो की समोरच्या माणसाला काय वाटेल. सो सगळ्यात महत्वाचं आहे ते स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन दिस ऍट्रिब्यूट्स. दीज आर व्हेरी व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. म्हणजे तुम्हाला इन्फॉर्मेशन, मुंबई दिल्लीची लोक जे आहेत ना त्यांना 10% माहीत असतं, पण ते बोलताना 90% एक्स्ट्रा सांगतात. आपल्याला 90% माहीत असतं, आपण एक्सप्रेस फक्त 10% करतो. सो वर्क ऑन दीज स्किल्स आर व्हेरी व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. त्याच्यानंतर तुम्हाला प्रेझेंटेशन स्किल आहे, पब्लिक स्पीकिंग आहे. पब्लिक स्पीकिंगच्या स्किलवरती खूप प्रेझेंटेशन अवेलेबल आहे. स्टार्ट लुकिंग ॲट रील ऑन दोज टॉपिक्स. सो व्हॉट विल हॅपन की यू आर स्पेंडिंग टाइम, यू विल गेट नॉलेज, प्लस you will have an enjoyment.
Correct. Okay, so thank you, sir.